Hello everyone, it's Scott and welcome back to another episode of Regrowth. So it looks like it's starting to turn dark. There's a little bit of a glow over there that I'd like to investigate at some point. Right here is the garden. It's coming along pretty well. And over here in the grassy knoll is my new tree farm. So in the last bit, I showed how I can take mutandis and hit grass and convert them into saplings. Well, actually, all sorts of plants and saplings, types of flowers in particular. And so what I ended up doing was transferring all the flowers over here. So here's all the flowers that I'm gathering from the mutandis. And I have a couple of interesting saplings that I'm not that familiar with. Extra biomes, autumn saplings, and so a couple of Japanese shrubs. So some of these, like 2x2, are going to require a lot more saplings from the mutandis, and I'm not quite ready for that. And over here are all my magical flowers. So what I really need, what I got, let's put it this way, was mystical white flowers. So let's head downstairs and see if I have enough string. 9. String in a 2x2 pattern can create wool, but unfortunately I need 3 pieces of wool if I'm going to make a bed. So I'm sort of stuck in the dark for now. Let me just make that so I have so I start locking in pieces of wool. So let's head over here and look at what I can do with white petals. So the Botania has the first thing that I'm going to need to do is break down these petals into not floral powder, but into a pure daisy. So what I'm going to need is this petal apothecary. And so let's get started with Botania. So the petal apothecary is going to be any kind of petal mixed with cobblestone and a cobblestone slab. And so one of the things that's important about this is I need to be able to, well, first of all, I may have dumped all the petals upstairs. Okay, so I have a couple of green petals left. Oh, right. So what I can do here. Alright, so one of the things that's kind of important with a petal apothecary is I'm going to need a water source. Here we go, petal apothecary. So what I did was I ran out and I got some water from from one of the ponds, and I ended up creating a 2x2 block and hiding in some of it underneath this stone. So let's just set up the apothecary right here. So what I'm going to need is my lucky bucket. Grab one of these and right click on the apothecary to fill it with water. Okay, at this point I can take my mystical white flowers and break them down into 4 mystical white petals. And the very last thing I'm going to need to do is get some seeds. Actually, I got plenty of seeds right over here. So let's grab some of the 111 seeds. And so what I need to do is drop 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds in right here. And then I need to add 1 regular seed. So with that, I now have a pure daisy. So the pure daisy is a pretty important piece because that's what's going to allow me to start generating the living wood and living rock that I need to get going with Botania. So let's see if I can place this down. Great. And place some logs let's place some logs there and grab some smooth stone that I got from one of the crest rewards. I'm not at the point yet where I can actually. So you see how there's a little bit of white glow around the stone, but nothing around the deadwood log? I think the deadwood logs are not the right kind of wood to be converted by the Pure Daisy. So let's wait a bit. So this should take about a minute for the Pure Daisy to convert. So let's head back up. Now I got some flint. Let's repair this broken hatchet. And there we go. It is converted into living rock. So that sort of answers that the deadwood log is not interchangeable with the other wood blocks. Yep, there we go. So what I'm really going to have to do is head out and gather wood from the trees. So let's drop my inventory, and then nighttime's probably not the safest time to go out gathering. Actually, I did have birchwood. Okay, all right, so we're saved. I don't have to demo a death for all of you, because I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen if I go down and start gathering resources at night. So it's been a little bit of a battle. I have 3 deaths so far, mostly from getting caught. I got knocked off the edge up here. I got a little too adventurous, and a bowman knocked me off. There's a skeleton right over there. Another time I was killed by a enderman, and I finally had my revenge, and I did manage to kill 1 enderman. But I also have to be careful with these 1x1 holes, because you see there's dogs, there's baby skeletons, and there's also undead cats. So unfortunately, the undead cats are extremely quick and quite vicious, because they ended up ripping my head off and killing me. And so that's been my 3 deaths so far. And I'll try to catch the next one. Ow. Oh, okay. These things. Oh my gosh. So when I actually kill a zombie, it has a chance to spawn one of these heads, and I don't know what mod's doing that, but they are vicious, because they actually spawn under you, and I don't have any kind of armor yet to withstand their attacks. So that's something I do need to take care of as soon as I figure out how to get leather, because that's going to be my first attempt. So let's get this spider over here. So jump attack will do a little bit of extra damage. Any other spiders about? Because I really need to get a little bit more string. No, I think it's too far daytime. Oh well. So let's head over to where that thing was glowing last night. Oh, here's our buddy skeleton. Nice. Guess I was still sprinting. Oh, got some creepers in the water. And it should be somewhere around here. Ah, lava. Actually, this is really good, because this is a nice amount of lava. Let's not stand too close to it. No, this is going to be good, because then I can power all sorts of interesting inventions later on with the lava. I'll be able to get a cobblestone generator if I'm willing to sacrifice some of my clay I did find that there are clay deposits out. Oh, what's that? There are clay deposits out in the world, usually along the coastline. Okay, I've got another lava lake. This is an interesting tower. Not sure what mod brought this in. Ooh, second thought. Let's stay away from that one. Pigmen. Okay. Pigmen, lava, and what are these? Glyphs from witchery. Alright, so pigmen are not immediately dangerous, but I'm not going to mess with their glyphs. But it is kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind having figuring out how to get that spawner. I'm not sure if oops. Do I have any food? Yeah, let's eat some food to deal with my health problem or hunger problem, and start heading back to the base. Yeah, so if I could get my hands on one of those spawners, I could probably. Well, then I'll need to make probably a silk touch. I'm kind of curious if that actually works or not. But to make the silk touch, I'm going to need a gold source. And to get the gold, I'm probably going to need to kill pigmen. So in order to do that, I'm going to need armor. And so to get armor, I'm going to need cows. In order to get cows, I'm probably going to need to have grass. So I'm just going to continue to expand the grassy knoll over here. Probably take all of my dirt and wrap it out. Now, monsters, animals I think have the same spawn distance, that they need to be 25 feet away. And I don't know if monsters will naturally spawn in this biome, which is wasteland. Since it's a unique biome, they could have played with the spawning ratios for what's allowed to spawn as far as cows and whatnot. But yeah, I think I'm just going to expand this for a bit, regroup, and then I'll get right back to the next task. Alright, I'm back, and I've been a little busy. I decided to expand my base in this direction and give myself another access. I've expanded the dirt all the way out here in the hopes of getting some mob spawns, but it's just not growing very fast. I grew and harvested some of these autumn leaf plants. I got the summer autumn leaves, which dropped a ton of saplings, but I don't really want that here because I decided I want to grow some magical crops. So in order to do that, I need to get Botania really up and running. So I've been moving the Pure Daisy around to auto-convert some of the stone here as I've been discovering it. And I've been tunneling out this room. I moved the stations a little bit, but the main idea is to tunnel out underneath the grass above, so that way I have easy access to mana that can be generated on the surface. So what I'd like to do is set up some Dayblooms and some nightshade, the night flowers, to start harvesting mana. And now that I have the Pure Daisy generating living rock, I can take this living rock and put it in a U-shaped pattern in order to make a mana pool. So likewise, let me head upstairs and grab one of those flowers. Actually, before I do that, let me check in on the quest book, because there's actually a lot of things that I am behind on. So what the world came to be, because I've killed an Enderman, I only had to kill one. It's going to give me another Ender Pearl, and it opened up this quest down here in the way the world works. So I'm going to have to eventually make this end portal placer, but I can't do that until I have well, a lot of Ender Pearls. So going back, I made the white flowers. So let's gather up the floral fertilizers so I can get some more Botania flowers. Likewise, it turns out that this one's just 4 of any kind of sapling. And I do see here's my Umber Autumn. So I do see that there was great wood in here. So I'm going to need that for Thaumcraft. So it'd be really cool if that actually produces a great wood sapling or a silverwood sapling. So with that, I get to choose what kind. I haven't gotten oak yet, so I'm going to grab oak because I know that that's going to be the most useful, I think. That'll save me some time. And some companion title scrolls. Not sure what that does. So I think that goes under Bauble. No, it doesn't. Okay, I'm not that familiar with this menu, but okay, it goes down here in this slot. So I now have Nature's Attendant as my title. Yeah, let's just roll with that. So, seem to be getting a bit of a sore throat. I've been sick for about a week, unfortunately, and I haven't really seemed to been able to kick it. So it's just been kind of delaying my ability to record, but hopefully I'll get over it soon. But you know, there's only so much you can do. So let's take this floral fertilizer and head up and gather some more mystical flowers while I can. So I'm going to just burn down these 10. So then I can gather everything up. Okay, good. Good. One left. There we go. Okay. And that should hopefully give me enough of a variety until I figure out how to turn them into flowers with AgriCraft again. I think that the formula that I expected had changed, and ooh, I'm not actually grabbing the flowers. So before that despawns, let me throw down. Since I have birch, I can now make easily. Oh, okay. I cannot make additional. Okay. I cannot make additional crafting tables. So let's just use the one that's down here. What I wanted to do. Well, let's grab one of these then. And since I'm here, let's make a additional chest to dump off my stuff before it turns to night, and then everything comes out to kill me. So, which I'm probably already too late for all I know. So let's gather up all my flower bits. There we go. And then seal up the door. So yeah, let's just use these for now. Up, and none too soon. Phew! I didn't even see those guys there. So, hi guys. How you doing? So let's head downstairs. Weird. Okay. Let's head downstairs and take a look at what I need for Dayblooms. Okay, so the Daybloom is going to require 2 yellow flowers, a light blue, and an orange. So let's head up and take stock of our flowers. Whoops. Okay, did you give me any string? Nope, no string. Okay. So that was orange, light blue, and yellow. Great. Alright, so heading downstairs, clicking on this. Let me just check, because the mystical flower seeds here, if I were to make these, okay, this is going to be quite a while because I have to have garden soil. And garden soil is going to require this compost, and I don't think I can actually make compost yet. So let's grab a couple of petals. Let's take the green, and I don't know why it's thundering. Well, let's break down the blues, and where's the dark green? Well, that's gray. So let's throw these guys in. Oh, orange, right. So let's break down the orange. Guess I don't have a lot of those yet. So, and then my seed box over here. So let's take, boy, that's sounding great. Alright, so Daybloom, 2 yellow, 1 orange, 1 blue. So, 2 yellow, 1 orange, 1 light blue, and seeds. Great. So I'm going to rinse and repeat this until I have enough, until I get a good amount of Dayblooms, and then I'll check right back in. Alright, so that should cover the living wood that I'm going to need for the next step of Botania. So let me gather these up, and there's 2 things that I'm going to need. So the first thing, now I closed this up overnight, but the first thing I'm going to need is a wand. And so that can be made with any kind of petal. So you can see there's a whole bunch of different wand of the forest. So wand of the forest is going to require 2 petals and 3 twigs. Each twig is going to come from 2 living wood. And so let's make a couple of these, 1, 2, 3, and lay them out in this diagonal pattern. And I'm going to just take some of my green petals and turn them into a green wand of the forest. Bam. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is make a mana spreader. And so this is how I'm going to transfer all the mana that's generated by the Dayblooms. And so this is going to need 1 more mystical green petal. Great. So let's head upstairs and check out how my petals are doing. So I'd laid them out, and so a petal or a Daybloom has to be exposed to the sun in order for it to work. So I've laid this out directly above the mana the mana pool. So I'm going to place the mana spreader right here and make sure that each of these 3 are full. When I right click them with the wand, you see there's a little X icon. That means that it is not linked to any kind of device. And likewise, the mana spreader is currently ending, so empty. So what I'm going to do is shift click with or shift right click. You see it turned into a function mode. Now, what I'm going to do is do 1 more time for a bind mode, and what I'm going to do is shift right click the mana spreader, and then shift click down, and then what that's going to do is reorient the mana spreader. And so it's now bound and pointing at this mana pool, which currently isn't doing anything because the mana spreader isn't collecting any mana. So let's go over and reassign the Daybloom. So right click or shift right click on the Daybloom and then shift click on the spreader. And we see that this is now linked. We have a nice little checkbox. And let's do the same thing for the others. So click and click. And we see that there's a tiny little mana burst that's coming from the Daybloom. And so that's going to transfer to the spreader. Likewise, these are now empty because they've emptied to the spreader. And the spreader is also empty because it's emptying down to the mana pool. So let's go downstairs again. And we have a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of mana in our mana pool. And so this is what we're going to need to get started on the next phase of magical crops. So I think that's going to cover it for this episode. So if you could, please leave a comment or a like. Let me know how I'm doing. And I will see you next time in Regrowth. Bye.